Time to go camping and shine on football. We begin with great news for the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta is making my guy, Bijan Robinson, the highest paid running back in NFL history. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that the two sides agreed today to a 3-year extension worth potentially up to $75 million. The pact includes $51 million guaranteed. That's another record for the position. Let me make sure that my take is crystal clear. Bijan Robinson, worth every single penny. I think Bijan Robinson is a superstar. He is absolutely sensational. He's fast, he's speedy, he's smart, he hits the holes, he's powerful, he catches the ball out of the backfield. He is a playmaker, the quintessential playmaker. You can make the case that he is the best running back in the NFL. You can make the case that all around he's the best playmaker in the NFL. He was worthy of when the Falcons took him with that 4th overall pick in the draft a few years ago. I think Bijan Robinson is a gem. And when you look at the average annual value for running backs right now in the National Football League, he deserves to be at the top of the chart. Look, I'm still a big-time Christian McCaffrey guy. Saquon Barkley obviously rightly got paid and had, after he left the Giants, goes to Philly, the single greatest season, regular season, postseason by a running back in the history of the NFL. Derrick Henry is still ridiculously effective. The Dolphins made sure they paid Devon Achane. Bijan deserves this, absolutely deserves this. And a brilliant job by the Falcons, their new brass, with Kevin Stefanski as their brilliant new head coach, Matt Ryan now in charge of football operations, Ian Cunningham, their new general manager, getting ahead of it. Because Jahmyr Gibbs, part of that same draft class, is also due new money. And when you look at it, and I would make this case, Robinson's the better player. Robinson, the better weapon. Robinson, the better running back. And it's close, right? When you start looking at yards per carry and rushing yards and receiving touchdowns and rushing touchdowns, I would pick, just like the Falcons did, Robinson as opposed to Gibbs. Now, I'm a huge Jahmyr Gibbs fan. Love when Detroit did what they did, in the draft. It was kind of like the draft day movie where, they traded back and traded up, and I thought it was a phenomenal job by Brad Holmes and company. But great job by the Falcons getting ahead because there's a contractual situation with Gibbs going on right now. And, the way this thing works, and I don't get worked up about it, I'm sure Gibbs and his agents are going to use the Robinson contract and say, great, I want $1 more. You're asking me to do a running back ranking, and we will at some point on Schein Time. I would put Robinson ahead of Gibbs. But Gibbs is going to end up getting more money. And, if the Lions try to mess around, they're going to find out. And I don't love the Lions in any way, shape, or form this season. I don't think Dan Campbell really knows what the hell he's doing. But, I could appreciate why Gibbs would get a couple more bucks than Bijan Robinson. But here's the deal when it comes to Robinson and the Falcons. This is awesome. And now it takes that headache away. Not that I ever thought this was going to linger. Falcons, if Michael Penix Jr. could win this job, they have a chance to be a really strong team. Their defense is really strong. No one talks about it. Well coached, excellent on every level. And they've got dudes on offense. Robinson is a stud. Kyle Pitts is a stud. Drake London's a stud. Offensive line is solid. They bring in Stefanski. Don't sleep on the Falcons. If Stefanski could get Michael Penix Jr. ready to rock and roll. I am not a believer in Tua Tagovailoa in any way, shape, or form. But in a coaches league, you see the impact that coaches make on these teams. Kevin Stefanski, 2-time Coach of the Year in the National Football League, right guy, right time, replaced Raheem Morris, who was just in over his head coaching the Atlanta Falcons. Great day for running backs, great day for the Falcons, great day for Bijan Robinson, who rightly got the bag.